Hello everyone, it's Janette here, the Enthusiastic Gardener. That was my Sunday morning, early morning walkabout. It was about 6:30 a.m. this morning and it was just so beautiful and calm. I thought, I've got to capture this. However, since then, now it's 3 hours later at 9:30, I've been inside, watched Linda Barter's signature style Saturday morning fix of her, had a few cups of coffee, taken Lottie for a dog walk, and now it's cold and it's quite windy. It's quite sheltered in my garden in the main, but it's windy on our dog walk. Anyway, yesterday I had a very productive day in the garden because I decided to finally mulch this bed over here. I took some footage of before so that you could see what it's like before and after mulch. Oh, mulch makes such a difference. So you may remember I had behind the cabin two huge big bags a year ago. I'd put all my leaves in there and it created the most gorgeous compost. However, I didn't realise how was I going to get it out, because oh my goodness, when you put a bag of leaves, yes, you can lift those, but when it turns into compost, it's like trying to lift all the... Anyway, let me show you what happened yesterday. The compost bags were all behind here, which at the time, great big bags full of leaves, and I'd pushed them right the way to the top, full of leaves a year ago. But I hadn't considered the fact that by the time they break down, gosh, they are so heavy, and I didn't know how I was going to get it out and through here without damaging all my plants. So Maggie had a wonderful idea, which, sometimes you just don't think of these things yourself. Why don't you get a wheelbarrow? Which is what I did. I got my wheelbarrow and I wheeled it up the path, and I had to do little spadefuls bit by bit, which took a bit of doing. That was yesterday, but I think you'll see that it's looking a lot better. That's the mulch from 2 big bags of compost. So I do want to do it again, and I was thinking, where can I put them? You know, my garden's small. Can't put them down here because that will just ruin the access to my shed. And if we look down the shed, you can see round here is a menagerie of untidiness. And these planters, which go right round to the back, all different things. I have obelisks and lots of really nice things. I'm going to be utilising those. So anyway, I can't put the compost bags down there. So I had a good idea, and we're going to put the compost bags down here. However, that created another job. So you can see they're down there now. They're safely tucked there. We don't actually use that gate because we go through the garages. However, you can now pass down the side just about, and you'll be able to open the gate because the gate opens inwards. So there's my bags of leaves, and it's easier for me to access now. But we had a huge big barbecue here, which we never use because it's far too big for us two with our 2 burgers and 2 sausages. So that was there, and so I pulled everything out. Need to get rid of that umbrella because it's a bit stiff and rusty. So I pulled all the barbecue out, and then of course I had to start cleaning the barbecue. So I thought I'll put it on Facebook Marketplace and sell it. At least someone could use it. So I had to clean it all first, which, as you can imagine, was not the most pleasant of job. This whole area was full of debris and soot and dust and everything. So that was quite the task, but I put it on Facebook Marketplace. Within an hour it had sold. Within 2 hours this wonderful gentleman had come and picked it up. So we will get, I think, a new barbecue, but a small one, and possibly a gas one as well, because the charcoal one, you know, you need all the charcoal, you need the fire lighters, and what we tended to do really was buy a disposable one, put it on the top rack, and I mean, that was a bit ridiculous really. So I'm glad the barbecue's gone, but it was a lot of work clearing all that side, but it's lovely and tidy now, so that's good. So that's what took up most of my day, doing the mulching there, and then the organising of down the side, and the selling of the barbecue. So today, I think I'll just talk you through some of the ideas that I have. I've got lots of nice things to show you. A couple more Facebook Marketplace finds. Well, I have had great success and good fortune on Facebook Marketplace. I have two wonderful new things to show you. This is the first one. I saw this and I thought, this has to be mine. This is like a metal sculpture, and it's just lovely, and it was £7 and literally it's a 10-minute car ride away from me. So I thought, this has to be mine. I love it. So there's a number of places where it could go in my garden. It's particularly nice in golden hour at the end of the day, the last hour of sunshine, because the light, depending on where you put it, the light kind of catches it and looks very beautiful. So there are a number of places, but I want your opinion, please. Tell me where you would put it, or if I show you a couple of examples, which do you think's nice? But I think the best thing I could do is put it out the front. For those of you who know what I'm talking about with my Easter Island purple head that's now out the front, painted grey. Last year I decided to revamp the front garden, and I moved some fatsias which are now in Woodland Courtyard doing exceptionally well, which I'll show you those in a little while. Anyway, I hate it. Every time I walk up, see purple head, I just, it's got to go. I need something else there. So this could go there. I'll show you now, me just putting it in front of purple head so that you can see what the effect might be. Here is the front garden. It's very plain and simple. I don't really have to do very much to it. It goes round there, but the purple head. But this is the offensive, in my opinion, purple head. Lottie wants to come out. Let's let Lottie out, and we'll put the leaf there, and you can see what you think. See, this is what it would look like here. I think it looks nice. I mean, it can go back a little bit once I move the purple head. I think that looks better. Do you? Please let me know, would you put this instead? Do you hate purple head as much as I do? Richard likes it, and I just want it gone, to be honest. Well, this is one option that I could put it here. That would look very nice, I think. Or maybe here, perhaps. Or what about here? What do you think of it there? I mean, there's a number of places. You could go anywhere, really. So many options. So anyway, with my new leaf sculpture, please let me know what you think. Where would you put it in the garden? Yes, so that's one of my finds. So we'll put it there for the moment until you let me know what would you do, and I'll show you my second most amazing Facebook Marketplace find. I am delighted. We have to go into the garage to show you my new Facebook Marketplace find. Now this is to go with the new chairs, which at some point Richard will be making. This is gorgeous, and it is from a lady who lives in Brentwood, and she said she had this made for her. It's wrought iron, so a blacksmith made it to her special design. So there are no others in the world, apparently. And that's going to be my table around my chairs. These are going to be my chairs when Richard is able and feels well enough to make my chairs. We have 4 that he's going to make, and they're going to look exactly like the blue chair which is outside in the fountain garden. So I am delighted. That's going to go in the centre. It's like an oval shape. Now that was £30. But of course I have bought a mirror, glass top, not a mirror, a glass top. I won't get it out, but it's a circle to fit. And we've got those little, what are they, like rubbery stick-on things, so it doesn't go straight onto, you know what I mean. We've got a pack of those. But I'm so pleased with this. I think it will look perfect with the wrought iron kind of effect. We had 2 lamps, bedside lamps, and they've both broken, so we were going to throw them away, but I suddenly thought, what about I could perhaps paint them? Tell me what you think of this. Is this like too crazy? If I could paint them, couldn't I? And just kind of dot them around. Whoops. Well, you get the idea. I could paint them. So yeah, I think maybe, oh Richard, what do you think? Good morning. Good morning. It's quite windy today. Quite windy. So what do you think of the ball, Richard, down there? Does that look ridiculous? I was going to paint it. There's 2, obviously.
Oh, they're the shades from the...
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I quite like that.
Do you? It doesn't look ridiculous.
I wouldn't paint it.
You wouldn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's not striking like that.
Yeah.
It looks
Well,
like a scene from The Prisoner.
What's that?
Patrick McGowan.
Why? What was it?
And there was these balls floating around. I mean, the series was back in the 1960s.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
And,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
no.
So you like it?
Yeah,
I thought
I
you'd
do.
think that was ridiculous.
No.
Well, that's it then.
So I think not painting them, the sun,
Yeah.
as it is now, is going to enhance them.
Okay.
I think once you start painting them, and then the paint starts flaking.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, thank you for your star tips.
yeah, I only walked out.
I could even put them over here with my other balls. We could have like the ball garden. I will be moving these out. These are Carexes, which I planted in the autumn, and we have some more here. So I will be popping those out into the rest of the garden at some point. It's too cold yet. Our average last frost day is probably, I would guess, end of April. So, I mean, it's not even the end of March yet. So if I take those out now, there's nothing, I can't put annuals in, but I have a wonderful idea for something that can go in this box, which I will tell you about at another stage. This still needs to go on the wall. It's been there for months now, and I'm wondering if it should go either here or it could go there. So that's something I'm thinking of. Now with Woodland Courtyard, what I'd like to do is really go for it with Woodland Courtyard. Let me shut the door so you can see properly, and really make it to like not a jungle effect, but that kind of thing. Hang on. Make it into a very lush and evergreen with plants everywhere. So I have these. I have been given these from my beautiful garden centre called Alton's. Look at these, aren't they gorgeous? They gave them to me to try out. They're by a company called Smart Garden. They're faux rattan. They are guaranteed to never rot. They won't rot. They hold up to 7 litres of compost, and I think they're gorgeous. This one is hanging. It's 14 inches diameter, and then I have this one because it comes in the hanging basket. They're $9.99, which I think is very good. And they're never going to rot. They're tough and they're durable. So I have a hanging basket. This one is the hanging cone, and then this one is called the, what's this one called? It's called the wall torch. I think they're gorgeous. So they're going to be in Woodland Courtyard. So what I'd like to do, I'd like to put one there, and I'll put one there, and I'll have one there. So that will kind of give that even more foliage and everything. I just think they're lovely. They're from a company called Alton Garden Centre, which is one of the biggest family garden centres in my area, in Wickford in Essex. And it started a little one-man band, and he bought a plot on the A127, which is the road that leads from Southend to London, and he had space enough for 10 cars, and he had a greenhouse, and that's how he started, and now it's huge. So they very kindly gave me these to just try out, which is wonderful. Now what I'm going to plant them with, I'm not going to do that for the cameras, I'm going to do that for my Instagram, because I said as a thank you for giving me them, I'll do some Instagrams for them. So that's amazing and a lot of fun, and honoured to be asked. But what I'm going to do, because it's a very shady corner, I'm not going to put annuals, so it's going to be evergreen. So I have all these heucheras, and someone kindly asked how my heucheras do, because a year ago I did a video and divided them, and it's got a lot of views, so obviously a lot of you were interested in doing that as well. I mean, look how wonderfully they've done. They were just like, it was probably like this much that I planted, and they're amazing. These are, well, they're just as good, but they need repotting. They need potting on. So I think I'm going to fill my new containers, the hanging ones, with the gorgeous heucheras. I do have a lot of ferns from Mark Border. These desperately need to be potted up. But you remember all the, when we went round to look at the shed earlier today, you saw all the baskets and things that I have there. So I think they're going to kind of fill areas here with the baskets. And also, of course, you can have ivies. I do like ivies. And also, I think I'm going to, this is lamium, and you may remember, for those of you who've watched, the soil here, I've tried various things here. The soil here is only as deep as those bricks, so maybe 4 or 5 inches, and then it hits concrete. So I'm going to dig up the lamium. It's looking a little tough, but it's still doing well. That one in particular looks pretty. So I can put lamium in my hanging baskets. I can put heucheras, I can put ivy, and it's just going to be a lush green. That's the effect that I'd like in this area. Just make it really full and gorgeous. And talking of ivy, I've finally decided, I'm always telling you that I need to go around the other side of this fence, which is just a public area, sorry about the wind, and pull the ivy back. But I've decided, no, I'm going to go with the ivy actually. Look how gorgeous the Virginia red robin is. Yes, I'm going to go with the ivy. I'm going to let the ivy do it, because as you can see, the fences, I've painted them a number of times. Oh, I give up painting the fences, it's such a horrible job. But I think I will I'm going to go with the ivy, and I think it would be a nice backdrop of green. So that's the story with the ivy. I've had a couple of gifts as well. People know me well now. This was from my sister, which is a little hanging bumblebee. Adorable, don't you think? That will go somewhere around here. I'll hang that up. And then also my friends from my school, which I recently left, they bought me this, which is a beautiful, they bought me this as well. So that's very pretty. That will go somewhere, not quite sure where yet. Anyway, those are my thoughts and ideas and plans and projects and things that I think of when I'm just passing the time indoors, watching other people's gardening programs, etc. So it's very exciting, and yes, I'm not actually doing any gardening today, but I hope you've enjoyed seeing my plans. Don't forget, let me know what you think about my metal leaf sculpture, where you think that should go. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Janette, I'm the Enthusiastic Gardener. I hope you have a wonderful week in your garden. Take care everyone, bye.